Hi, I'm Christina, and this is a book review of We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. So this is his brand new book in his brand new series. It was published in 2024 and this is his fifth novel. So I absolutely love his The Thursday Murder Club series. It's one of my favourite murder mystery books and I always have so much fun with them. I love the characters. I am so connected to those characters and I always just have such a good fun time when I read his books, and this one is absolutely no exception. I really loved it and I have given this one 5 stars. So let me tell you a little bit about the story. So this has 3 main characters. One of the main characters is called Amy and she is a private security officer, kind of bodyguard. And she works for a security company who work with very famous people, very rich people, sometimes criminals, and they provide them protection, essentially. And at the moment, she is on a job for a very famous author called Rosie D'Antonio. And she's meant to be the second biggest author in the world. And she's currently on a private island, which she owns, and she's protecting her because in her latest book, she wrote about a Russian oligarch and he has now decided that he wants to kill her because of this. So that's where Amy is currently, and one of the other main characters is her father-in-law, and he is called Steve and he is a retired police officer and he is also a widower. So I really love the setup of these 3 main characters. I love the interactions with each other and I just, I had a really fun time reading this book and I just did not want to put it down. I bought it at the airport when we were going on holiday and I just absolutely flew through this book. At any opportunity to read it, I wanted to read it, and just so much fun. That is literally the word I would describe this book with: fun. And I would always say the Thursday Murder Club series to me is also very fun. So the characters are as brilliant as his other series. They definitely are. I was a little bit, wondering about whether I was going to be as attached to these characters after being so incredibly attached to his characters in his other series, but no, I really enjoyed them. And I really like the fact that we're following a father-in-law and a daughter-in-law. That's not really a duo you see very often, and they have a really lovely relationship with each other. In fact, he has a much closer relationship with his daughter-in-law than his own son, and I just thought their relationship was very sweet and just very lovely. And I also love the character of Rosie. She's absolutely brilliant. She's just so much fun, and I really like the interactions the 3 of them have together. It's very witty. Again, this book is packed with great British humour, and you can tell that Richard Osman has written this book because it's absolutely his style, it's his sense of humour, and I really always enjoy that. But yeah, you can definitely tell. If you just asked me to read this book and didn't tell me who had written it, I would absolutely have been like, well, that's Richard Osman. Just a couple of pages in, you can just tell he has a very particular style, and it is the same style as the Thursday Murder Club. So I think if you enjoy that, you're going to enjoy this. It's got everything you love, but just in a brand new setting with brand new characters, and it's so much fun. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say, but he says in the acknowledgements that this is set in the same world as the Thursday Murder Club series. So I think he said if you drove a couple of hours up the motorway, you would be able to see Cooper's Chase and all of the people living there. So interesting that he set it in the same time period, in the same world, for example. So yeah, I really liked it. So I don't want to tell you too much about the actual plot, of course, but I will just give you a little bit of a snippet of what it's about. So it's about private islands, private jets, money smuggling, it's about influencers, and yeah, I'm not going to tell you any more than that. It's got Russian oligarchs, obviously, it has a lot of very wealthy people, we've got some celebrities in here, we've got a fake celebrity, and then we talk about other celebrities, and yeah, it's really good fun. I would highly recommend this book, and I just keep saying the word fun, but it literally was just so good. And I have come to really enjoy his stories. I think he's probably one of my favourite murder mystery kind of comedy writers, if you would say that. And yeah, he's really good at putting together plots and characters. I think his strength is his characters. He just writes so just relatable characters, that they feel like genuinely real people. And I think I thought that about the Thursday Murder Club series. I was absolutely sure that those people could absolutely exist. They felt really fleshed out, really, really good, decent characters that felt believable. Like so many books you read, some of the characters just don't really ring true as real people. They just feel like characters in a book, but I never feel that with his characters. If you told me that all of these people existed and this really happened, I would absolutely believe you, because it just felt so realistic, and yeah, it was just so much fun. I also really liked how much ground he covered in terms of setting. We were literally flying around the world in this story, which I really, really enjoyed, and there was a lot of private jets and just jetting off with this kind of brilliant lifestyle. So I think we start in the New Forest in England, and we do see some of the ponies, which is really, really nice. And then we spend some time in Ireland, we spend some time in St. Lucia in the Caribbean, we spend some time in South Carolina. It's really all over the world, which is really, really good. And there's lots of other characters who are important in this, which I enjoyed. But yeah, the three main characters are Steve, Amy and Rosie, and they have so much great back and forth banter, which is really, really good. And there's so many times that this book literally made me laugh out loud. I was just sitting there and it would just make me smile, or it would make me chuckle, and some of the phrases back and forth with what people said were very, very funny. I think Rosie has some of the best lines in this. She is very witty, and the interactions between her and Steve are very funny, and I just had a really, really good time with it. I'm very much looking forward to reading the next book in the series, and I believe that he's going back to the Thursday Murder Club series next. I think he says in the acknowledgements that he'll be back same time next year, so probably September again. And I always love that he brings out a book about September time, because we generally go on holiday around September time. So yes, I'm kind of starting to associate his stories with my holiday, which is really lovely. And it was such a fun book to read on holiday. I had a really good time in it. And yeah, I would highly, highly recommend it. I think if you absolutely love the Thursday Murder Club series, then I think you're going to love this one too. And if you're a little bit worried that it's not going to be as good, or you're not going to like it as much, I think it's really good. And I don't think you will like it, not as much. I think it's really, really good. And if you've never read any books by him, then yeah, if you want to start with this one, definitely do. In terms of which one I prefer, I actually don't know. I genuinely had such a good time with this one. I'd say read whichever one you want to first. I really, really do love the Thursday Murder Club series. I think it maybe just has the edge slightly over this one, but honestly, they were both 5-star reads and I had a brilliant time with both of them. But yeah, if you're sitting here and you've never read anything by him and you don't know where to start, honestly, just pick either one, the Thursday Murder Club or We Solve Murders. I don't think you can go wrong with starting with either of them. Although I might suggest starting with the Thursday Murder Club series, because obviously you've got all 4 books you can binge back to back, which is really nice. And if you started with this one, you don't have another one to read immediately. So yeah, I'd say probably start with the Thursday Murder Club and then just binge those 4 and enjoy them, and then probably wait for this next one to come out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have read this book, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. I don't know anyone else who has read it yet, so I would love to chat to you about it if you have read it. And I will link all of my book review videos for the Thursday Murder Club series below, just in case you'd like to hear a little bit more about them. None of them are spoilery, it's just kind of a general book review. Alright then, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.